Welcome to MLC TV NEWS MARCH, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Fatima Yakub. The headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari makes fresh appointment. Imodu Institute appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osibanjo to break the barrier of women discrimination. Sanwo-Olu slams critics. BRT suspends operations. And Liverpool Bayern qualifies for UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Now, the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Dr. Giadom Dumbari as the project coordinator for hydrocarbon pollution remediation project under the Federal Ministry of Environment. This is contained in a statement issued by Sakir El Mohammed, Press Director at the Ministry in Abuja. Dumbari holds a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD degree in Environmental Geology and Bachelor of Science degree in Geology, both from University of Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He had his Master's of Philosophy degree in Environmental Management from Rivers State University. Mohammed said that Dumbari had over 20 years' experience in the conduct of impact assessment and baseline studies of brownfields and greenfields, with tested expertise in the development of conceptual sites. In the development of conceptual sites models of various environments, Mohammed said that Dumbari is a member of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, Nigerian Association for Engineering Geology, and a chartered environmental geologist. His appointment is for a 4-year term and is with immediate effect. A member representing Jere Federal Constituency of Benue State, Ahmed Satomi, will officially commence free registration of Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations to about 1,000 indigent students in his constituency. The 1,000 beneficiaries are mostly orphaned by Boko Haram and with no resources to buy the form. The lawmaker has, since his election into the National Assembly, kept an annual tradition of impacting the future of vulnerable ones in the society. He had last weekend donated the sum of 7 million naira and offered scholarships to 50 students of Al-Qudus Al-Sharif Holy Quranic Memorization Institute during the 3rd Quranic graduation ceremony, which took place in Mashamari, ward of Maiduguri Metropolis. Satomi, while addressing journalists during his routine distribution of vehicles and cash donation to some All Progressives Congress stakeholders in the constituency, said that the gesture was to complement effort of Governor Babagana Zulum's magnanimity in youth and women empowerment and resettlement of internally displaced persons. IDPs back to their ancestral homes. He said, "You are aware of the over-decade atrocities posed by Boko Haram insurgents, which have forced a lot of people, especially the younger ones, out of school. Now that peace has gradually returned, we have to offer a helping hand to the vulnerable ones in the society." The Director General of Michael Imodu National Institute for Labor Studies, Ilori Isa Aremu, has appealed to the President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osibanjo to break the barrier of women discrimination by supporting their bills in the National Assembly. Aremu made the appeal while speaking at the 2022 International Women's Day held at the Institute, speaking on the theme, Breaking the Barrier of Women Discrimination. Aremu, who said that women issues are human issues, noted that failure of women to have good representation in government was a failure of the nation. He equally called on governors and the legislators at all levels to support the cause of women in their bid to have more representation in government at all levels. Aremu also told women to enlist the support of men in achieving their aims, advising that women should know that they require solidarity and cooperation and not competition from men to have their way, because when women fail, all of us have failed. Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdrazak, in his message, congratulated women worldwide on the occasion of the International Women's Day, commending their grit, resilience, and commitment to a world that works for all. Motorists and commuters were stranded along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Tuesday when some students under the aegis of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Southwest Zone, protested against the ongoing Academic Staff Union of University strike and the fuel scarcity in the country. The protesters, who blocked both sides of the expressway around the car park C, Mowe, Ogun State, carried placards with various inscriptions and sang solidarity songs. The NANS chairman in Ogun State, Kehinde Simon, who spoke on behalf of the students, said the association was giving the federal government 7 working days to address the ASUU strike and the fuel scarcity. Simon threatened that if the government failed to address the issue before the expiration of the ultimatum, students would block all major roads in the southwest. Speaking with journalists, the students' leader noted that the association believed that the fuel scarcity was created by the federal government to hike the price of fuel. He said one of the issues is the ongoing fuel scarcity, which he perceived to be a kind of artificial scarcity, which the federal government is trying to use to depict people's opinion and look for a way to further hike the fuel price. Speaking on why the protest was brought to the expressway, Simon said it was to send a signal to the federal government since the road is a federal road. Reading a statement jointly signed by the Association Southwest chairman at the protest ground, Simon said, unfortunately, at the height of this crisis, the president, in his usual manner of leaving the country at the needed time, jetted out to London for medical checkup. Another exposure of the unreasonable, lackadaisical, and shameful personality of the Nigerian ruling class. On politics, Ademola Adeleke and Dotun Babayemi emerged as Osun State governorship candidates of the People's Democratic Party in two parallel primary elections conducted on Tuesday. A faction of the party led by Sunday BC held its governorship primary at Osogbo City Stadium, while Wale Ojo-led faction held another primary at Workday Center, Osogbo. Announcing the result of the primary held at Osogbo City Stadium, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Erujapo, who was the chairman of the governorship primary, said Adeleke gained 1,887 votes to emerge victorious, while Fatai Akinbade, Akin Ogumbiyi, and Babayemi recorded no vote. Sanya Ominri got 4 votes at another primary held at Workday Center, Osogbo. The returning officer, Adelani Ajanakun, said accredited voters were 1,907, while 27 votes were voided. Ajanakun further said Omiri got 16 votes, Ogumbiyi scored 23, Akinbade 28, Dele Adeleke 32, while Babayemi got 1,781 to emerge the winner. The two factions had initially disagreed on the list of delegates that would be used for the exercise. Speaking after the exercise, Babayemi described his emergence as a challenge to turn around the state for the betterment of its people. He said, "I see my emergence today as a great challenge, a clarion call to divine assignment to bring to bear the vision of our founding fathers." Adeleke, in his acceptance speech, called on the party to unite ahead of the governorship poll, adding that with cooperation, the PDP would defeat the ruling party at the poll. He said, "No victor, no vanquished. We are all winners. Let us work together to rescue people of Osun State from the current APC government." The People's Democratic Party has informed the Independent National Electoral Commission to declare its candidates, Iduma Igariwe, as the new governor of Ebonyi State and Fred Udogu as his deputy. The party made the submission at a press conference following the judgment by a federal high court in Abuja, which sacked governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, and his deputy, Dr. Eric Igwe, for defecting from the PDP to All Progressives Congress. Justice Inyang Eku, in his judgment, noted that the votes which made Umahi the governor belonged to the party and could not be transferred to another party. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Every country has its peculiar system of government. In Nigeria, we practice democracy, and this is applicable in some countries across the globe, including the United States of America. What is democracy? It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the political arena, we are ready to x-ray how we play politics in Nigeria and other countries. The challenge of power shift syndrome, how it has impacted or affected the people. How can we make it better for all? Join Fatima Yakub on MLC TV online every Saturday by 9 p.m. to discuss and examine all about the politics and the power that be.
Mr. President, I was once there as an opposition senator. There was never a time that we called the president at that time, who was a PDP president, an insult, because this is our institution. And if we don't conduct ourselves with dignity and respect, nobody will respect us.
The heads of security in Nigeria made several different explanations for killings of our citizens.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I hereby forward for the confirmation by the Senate the appointment of the underlisted nominees as National Commissioners and Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
To watch us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like our Facebook page, MLC TV, and follow us on our Instagram, MLC TV 2021. We are here to inform, educate, and to criticize constructively. Don't miss it. Welcome back. And on crime, scores of people were reportedly injured when Yoruba traders and Hausa settlers engaged in a bloody clash at the popular Lafenwa market in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. It was gathered that the clash started on Monday evening and snowballed into a full-blown crisis by Tuesday morning, leading to the burning down of several shops while many people were reportedly injured. A source said the clash was ignited by a fight between a Yoruba man and an Hausa man. According to the source, who is a trader in the market, said the Hausa man was seriously injured and presumed dead. A situation that provoked the Hausa settlers who allegedly went on the rampage, destroying properties worth millions of naira. The trader, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, said the crisis took a turn for the worse when the Seriki Hausa, the head of Hausa settlers, she said the Seriki Hausa, who was called upon to settle the issue, was injured, and this further worsened the crisis. When contacted, the state police public relations officer Abimbola Oyeyemi confirmed the incident. He, however, said the situation had been brought under control. Oyeyemi said no life was lost, contrary to the report that an Hausa man was killed, adding that the police had arrested some persons in connection to the crisis. The Lagos state government has suspended the operations of the bus rapid transit due to protests against the tragic death of female passenger Oluwabamise Ayawole. It was reported that the police recovered Oluwabamise's corpse around the Ebute area of the state. The 22-year-old was last seen on a BRT bus driven by one Andrew Nice, who fled after voice notes, and the video clip of the victim recorded on the bus indicated that she was unsafe. Operatives of the Department of State Services later arrested Nice at his hideout in Ososa, Ogun State. The driver was subsequently handed over to the police as he was paraded at the command headquarters in Ikeja. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said investigation into the case was ongoing. The governor, who spoke during an event to commemorate the International Women's Day at the Onikan, cautioned those he said were twisting the story with unfounded insinuations. He said, I have read some narrative and write-ups on social media in the last few hours. Some people are deliberately and extremely posting that the Lagos state government wanted to cover something. Even my person. He also warned the public against boarding BRT buses after the close of bus services in the evening, saying vehicles that had closed for the day would indicate by switching off their inner lights. In an apparent step to forestall attacks on BRT vehicles by residents protesting Oluwabamise's death, the state government suspended the operation of the vehicles. At terminals in Ikorodu, Mile 12, Ketu, Ojota, none of the branded buses was seen on the road. It was gathered that commercial buses took advantage of the scarcity to jack up transport fares. And on sports, World Basketball Body FIBA has thrown its weight behind the Musa Ahmadu Kida-led board of the Nigerian Basketball Federation after power polls in Abuja and Benin City ushered into NBBF president in January 31st. Ahmadu Kida was re-elected as NBBF president at the Benin election, while Mark Igochi emerged as president from the Abuja poll. However, according to a letter dated March 7, 2022 from FIBA and signed by Secretary General Andreas Zaglis, the body congratulated Ahmadu Kida and members of his board, stating that it looked forward to working with them for the next 4 years. The letter read in part, FIBA acknowledged receipt of the result of the Nigerian Basketball Federation elective congress held in Benin City on 31st of January 2022. Accordingly, FIBA takes note of the election of the following persons to the NBBF board for the following 4 years. Meanwhile, a former board member of the NBBF, Mustafa Liman, has called on the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development to broker peace between the warring parties. He added that the ministry should organize a fresh and inclusive election using its guidelines. Liverpool advances to the quarter-final stage of 2021-2022 Champions League on 2-1 goal aggregate despite losing 0-1 in the second leg of the round of 16. Also, Bayern Munich beat RB by 7-1 to qualify for quarter-finals on 8-2 aggregate. Meanwhile, Wednesday night will see Manchester City host Sporting CP and Real Madrid takes on PSG in Spain. And that is all we have today. Join us tomorrow evening via our YouTube channel, Melkite TV, to watch our news hour. You could also like and follow us through our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV 1. For event coverage, feedback, comments, and contribution, call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. And don't forget our special programs designed to educate, inform, entertain, and reform. The programs are Family Affairs, Saturday by 7 p.m., Political Arena, Saturday by 9 p.m., and Local Government and You, Friday 9 p.m. Remember, our news is from Mondays to Fridays. We are Melkite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Fatima Yakub, and do not forget to be nice to your neighbor to build a happy society together. Bye.